notice. And let me start here. Trump puts these posts out last night in the 6:30 hour, so we start talking about him at night and into the morning. And then all of a sudden, what do I see today? I see Tom Homan, the border czar, down at the border in Texas with the Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Coincidental?
Yeah, well,
or 1-2 punch?
No, it's not. No, it's not coincidental. What did we say that Trump's priorities were? They were going to be, on the legislative front, it was going to be taxes, then deregulation, and immigration and trade and tariffs. This is putting immigration and the trade and the tariffs debate together. He's going to use the tariffs as a way to try and solve part of the immigration problem, part of the fentanyl problem. He's laid it out during the campaign, so I don't know why anybody's surprised, or if they are, that he's doing this early.
Yep, market kind of blew it off today. So China, Mexico, let's start with China. Cleet Willems, you remember Cleet, he was one of the top folks sitting down across the table from the Chinese during the first go-around. And I asked Cleet, he was on the show, Mick, the other day, about what China learned about the United States and what we learned about them, considering we've got some history here. And here's what Cleet told me he thinks China learned from us, and I'll get your reaction, or what we learned from them. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
Let's go back in time, right? When the U.S. first took the $50 billion action against China, the first set of tariffs, China basically told us to take a hike.
Okay.
They didn't engage. They didn't take it seriously.
It was nothing to them.
Correct.
Okay.
But as he continued to ramp it up, all of a sudden they came to the table and they wanted to deal.
So the first $50 billion tranche, and I see you agree with that, China essentially didn't blink. So if that's what happened the first go-around, and if you're Donald Trump, should we expect, if this happens, for him to go well beyond that with the first batch into the hundreds of billions of dollars right out the gate?
I think he's going to do whatever he thinks is necessary to get results. Again, China is one thing, Mexico is another. China is got other considerations, including sort of being an international competitor of ours. Mexico is about illegal immigration and drugs. So let's take Mexico as an example. He's going to do whatever it takes with Mexico until they start to help us with immigration and help us on drugs. That's it. I mean, that's what it's going to be.
So on Mexico, before you move on Mexico, one of the fascinating things, Mick, is Donald Trump has dealt with Xi Jinping. He hasn't dealt with Claudia Sheinbaum, the new president there. So what's the message that he's trying to send?
Well, she was in the government before. I think she and Lopez Obrador were relatively close, so she should know that he's serious about that. One of the reasons China sort of didn't respond immediately at the first $50 billion that Cleet Williams mentioned just in your previous section there was that it was the first time dealing with Trump, and they weren't sure that he was serious. Now they know that he is. My guess is she should know that he's serious. There's no reason for this to drag out. There's no reason for Mexico, for example, to put trade at risk so that illegal immigration can continue and fentanyl production can continue. It makes no sense to them. So I think it's the right play by Trump. It's, again, shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, and we'll see what the Chinese and the Mexicans respond with.
Let me leave you with this, Mick. You know this better than I do, but Donald Trump loves seeing that stock market go up and to the right, especially when he's in office. And I'm just sitting back thinking, okay, Trump put this out last night. What did Wall Street do? They blew all this off. Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, all up today. There's a variety of reasons, but the bottom line is it was up. And I'm just wondering, Donald Trump, Scott Bessent, they sit there and they see that? They feel maybe even more emboldened, potentially?
No, you use the right word, which is it's a variety of reasons. The stock market is looking at everything Trump, and Trump is tariffs, and he is deportations, but he's also deregulation. He's also a more business-friendly environment when it comes to the federal government. So I think Wall Street is looking their hands over and go, yeah, prices on some things may go up, but we really don't think that's going to contribute much to inflation. But goodness gracious, this deregulatory agenda could really be good for business, be good for fundamentals, and continue to drive the stock market.
Mick Mulvaney, former Trump White House Chief of Staff, NewsNation contributor. We'll leave it there. Thank you, Mick. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Blake.
You got it.
We're not waiting till January. We're already talking. We're already planning. We're going to put a plan in place.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.